What's good, everybody? Welcome back to more mysterious videos that have me puzzled. So you already know we're in for a banger today. How's everybody feeling? Sound check. Let me know if you guys hear me all right. And let's wait till everybody gets in here. Hit it. Explorer X, Looking Glass, that was you? Tell me more. So many different theories out there on Looking Glass. One of my theories was that it kind of looked like the same device on 13 Ghosts. I don't know if you've seen 13 Ghosts, but Looking Glass kind of reminded me of that. Nick Nameless, there you are. April in the building. Ambassador Anthony, let's get it, baby. Brian Buckle. I love that name. Brian Buckle. Shout out to my composer, Red RX Ranger. Hope you guys like the music. That's the official Dark Waters 9 composer. Baby Turtle in the building. Kind of a lot of people using Seals of Solomon too. Yeah, that's pure alchemy, isn't it? Shalom, Ohio in here. Let's get it. April's buckled up. I didn't play your video last Anaki Galactic Federation. Damn, that sounds like a banger. Yeah, I might have to play that one tomorrow. I'm gonna probably put that on tomorrow's video, to be honest with you. But that does sound like a banger. Rue Mac in the building. What's good with it, Rue? They're all in formation? Dang. Yeah, I gotta see that one, Nick. El Guerrera. How's everybody feeling? Revelations of the Taint, I see you. I just want y'all to know I love y'all, man. Everybody that come in here rocking with your boy, man, it means a lot to me. It really does. Make a thug cry behind these glasses. Yeah, we got an interesting one in today. We're gonna get straight to it. Yeah, let's get straight into it. This sound is this music is so beautiful. It's like I feel like I gotta talk through it and finish it, you know, because we're about to dive in deep. You guys already know how we get down on these waters. This isn't just your ordinary waters. This is Dark Waters 9. Be sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. It helps your boy out. If you're watching at home on the TV, go ahead and click the up arrow and move around till you see the thumbs up button. It helps your boy out. And also subscribe and join one of the best or the best community on YouTube. If you ask me, it might be a little biased, but yeah, it's the best community on YouTube. My lunch breaks is pretty cool too, you know. Open-minded, critical thinkers, you know. But let's dive into it. We got a short but sweet one today. If I can remember. Okay. All right, let's check it out. American shocked by China's robotic legs in China.
China, and they have robotic legs to help you hike. China is so advanced, and they said we can try it for free.
Yes.
Okay, where do I go?
Here.
So these are all the different things, right?
No. It's same robot.
Okay.
It's named Sport Assist Robot.
Sport Assist Robot.
Yes.
Okay.
It can help you climbing, walking, running, and riding.
So if I'm running, I can run faster.
Yes, yes.
So they're turning people into damn near androids or RoboCop in China. You can rent a RoboCop exoskeleton. You said you want to climb, jump higher? Man, this future getting out of control. Did you guys see that robot dog people are riding now? Yeah, we might have to play that one after this, now that I think about it.
No way. Get me on this thing. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Miss D, Miss B, my fault, with a $4.99 donation. Let's go, Miss B.
Yeah. Okay.
Who want to try first?
Me, I do.
Who want to try first?
Okay, so what is this? This goes around my waist?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Here.
Okay, here we go. Guys, this is real China, real robots.
This is the best technology in China.
Really?
That's the best technology. I can say it's the best technology in the world.
Really?
Yes, support robot.
So guys,
Hold on. So you telling me you got what are those things we used to dive into? You got a quantum computer in there? Because as far as I'm concerned, you know, them quantum computers are the best technology if you ask me. But hey, I'm not mad at them.
connecting the robot now. So I have it around my waist.
Yes.
It feels pretty light. I think it's like, what, 1.8 kilo?
1.8 kilo.
Yeah.
Kilo.
So
kg.
it's like 4 pounds in total, the robot. Okay, so now he's wrapping it around my kneecaps. This is insane.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm fully...
starting.
Okay, he's gonna start it up now. Okay, hold on, I'm feeling a little bit like joltiness. And he's connecting with the phone. Guys, China is the most technologically advanced country I've ever seen in my life.
Have any of you guys ever been to China? Your shade. Hold on, what's the whole name? Your shadow is light with the $5 donations. That's kind of deep. Roxanne Morrison sent 1 gift membership. Congratulations, Miss B. You have received Roxanne's gift, so you are an official member now. Congratulations. Here's your life vest while I'm at it, because you're going to need it on these waters. I moved my chat from this screen to over here so I could see you guys a little bit better. Next time I'm going to have it scrolling. I just didn't have time today, man. Your boy be doing a lot. I'm gonna have the integrated live chat better for us, man. You guys deserve it. I still got this stream elements. It's got dust on it. You know, I'm supposed to be hitting buttons. Keep your head on a swivel. You know, I gotta have the automatic button. We'll get there, y'all. Brian Buckle with the gifted membership. I just like saying that. Is that even your name? Yeah, Brian Buckles. That's a heck of a name. BMF, yes, we're live. Yes, Shadow is light, a life vest. You're gonna need it. So when we used to go hyper mode. It's been a minute. We getting back there. You know, you might fall off, and you know, you gotta stay above water.
Thought it was Japan, but China is winning this battle. Something's happening with the legs.
Okay.
What? Okay, what am I doing? What?
Okay.
Okay.
Start to walk. Walking normally.
Okay, I'm walking normally. Whoa! Oh my gosh! It's like moving for me. It's like easy walking.
Listen to me.
Okay.
In here have AI.
Okay.
And it can feel you walking frequency.
Okay.
This robot will fit you, not you fit the robot. This robot will fit you.
Okay. So can I run?
Yes, you can run.
Now?
Sure.
Now
no,
I can go?
No.
The robot is like, I'm putting no effort into running, and I'm like running so good.
You can change the power.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of cheating. I'm watching this. I'm like, man, I was in the gym today, breaking my ankles and knees at an incline, 15 .0 incline at 2.1 speed. You know, this low-key cheating. Where's the workout at? You know, you want to kind of get it in a little bit. Am I tripping? Brian said, I need one of those for the Grand Canyon. Oh, yeah. That's crazy. How long are you streaming tonight? Man, these waters, I can't tell. I just hop on the waters. Rage reacts. Hi from Canada. Hey, let's go, Canada.
Can we put like maximum power?
The max power?
Yeah, max power.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
He about to fly like Iron Man. He said, "Are you sure?" Yeah. Let's see it.
I don't know if this is a good idea. Bro, how does it feel?
Oh, it's like doing nothing.
This is the max power.
Max power.
Walking
Okay.
carefully. Okay.
Can I run or no?
Yes.
Run? Guys, the robot wants to move by itself. Okay. Oh, it's moving for me. I'm not walking. I am not walking. This is literally the future. I'm running with a robot. This is wow.
But it's taking me.
Wow. Brother, this is the coolest thing I have ever seen in my life.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes. Two weeks ago, America. Where are you from?
America.
America. Oh, American. An American woman
Yeah.
buy it.
She bought it.
She bought it.
How much does this cost?
It cost about $915.
I thought he was gonna say a couple bands. 915. Man, I'm trying to think of a use for it. Like if you are out camping in like an emergency situation, I could kind of, see it. Maybe if your job, like if you're security, hey, that's a good idea. Wow. If you're like security or something and somebody's getting away from you, activate full power and straight RoboCop hawk them down. That is crazy. Cat with the $4.99. Let's go, Cat. Cat Corner. I appreciate y'all. But this exoskeleton is, man, can you imagine that? Super cop, super mall cop for real. They getting out of breath. He can't catch up. Activate full power. That is outlandish, y'all.
$950?
Yeah.
See, look, he's shocked. He said 950. He said 950. Wait, I might cash one of these out right now. But I like the fact that, you want to move your body naturally. You know what I'm saying? It's just one more step we getting, they just taking over. Pretty soon you're going to have one of them meta glasses on. You're going to have an exoskeleton suit. You ain't even going to have to do nothing. You ain't even going to be everything just as soon as you wake up. Yo, exoskeleton, your Google glasses going to be seeing everything for you. I mean, like you're not living. He said tonight's code word, activate full power. Hey, that might be it. That's not bad.
Yes.
Bro, that's way cheaper than I thought it would be.
Like $1,000.
$1,000.
About
$1,000.
$1,000.
And how much battery life does it have?
We have two battery here. One battery.
Okay.
Two battery.
The batteries are on my
battery
butt.
can support you use 8 hours.
8 hours.
8 to 10 hours.
That's a full shift. That's a 9 to 5, y'all. So, hey, if you got a security job, you in a factory, can you put one for arms, moving boxes or something, Smash that like, Mellow Alchemist. I appreciate you, man. I forgot to hit the like button myself. I've been liking my own videos. I'm like, man, let me help myself out. Hit the like button one time.
Wow.
8 to 10 hours.
Guys, China has robot body suits for less than
10
$1,000.
years.
Insane.
I do want to go to China, man. You guys got to see these robot dogs real quick if I can find it. It's like a robotic horse. My bad. Robotic horse. No, I'm not talking about no. Hold on, let me show you something. Let me, guys, members, drop the fire marshal bill in the chat. Let me show you something. See, if I had this thing working, it's all I'll do is hit a button and you'll hear Fire Marshal Bill. Let me show you something. Man, I'll be breaking that button. I'll probably be hitting it so much, man. This thing will get me in trouble. Let me show you something. All right, hold on. I gotta show y'all this robotic horse before we move on, man, because China's getting out of control.
Oh yeah.
What would it be called? Robotic horse. There it is. Hey. Let me mute that music. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Yeah. Look at this, y'all. I'm telling you, like, would this replace motorcycles? If that thing could get, or scooters, think about it. If this thing could get up to what? Your shadow is light. Welcome. You are an official member now. There's your life vest. But think about it, y'all. If this robotic horse could hit like 45 miles per hour, you know what I'm saying? This could clean replace scooters, you know. And the best part about these, I believe it's off terrain. So say like if you got to go on a dirt road or something, I don't know if this is real for it's AI generated, but this is pretty crazy, you know, to think, you know. What do y'all think about this? That's perfect for the Grand Canyon. Ride that on the road, man. I'm telling you. Like if you got like a hunting trail and like you trying to hunt some deer or something, man. I don't know how loud this thing is, but man, if you could keep it quiet, it's getting crazy, y'all. All right, let's move on. Let's move on, y'all. What we got next?
These are stars, but they don't look like normal stars. They look like a whole bunch of things clustered together. It looks really strange.
The quality, I don't know if it's her cell phone or if she zoomed in or what's going on here, but it does look strange. Huh, interesting. Oh, we got another one. This one should be interesting. This man, experience with mantis, Nordic, and grays. Hey, I don't know. I haven't seen this before, but let's see what he's talking about, y'all.
I remember this large insect, praying mantis looking thing comes around the table, grabs my head and turns it to the left, and then sticks a large needle into my neck behind my ear, and at that point everything just went fuzzy. I was 6 years old when this happened, and then all of a sudden I just see these two small beings just appear right by my window. And then the next thing I know, I'm floating up through the air. I can see the night sky, I can see the city below me, and these two beings were standing right next to me, one on each side, and I remember them guiding me around, just showing me things, and I remember seeing these silver orbs just parked along the side wall to my left, and then I look over and I'm seeing like these tall human-looking people with these more of these small, littler beings.
Every time I watch one of these, you know, when they be talking about Nordics, alien grays, or, you know, like an abduction experience, the first thing I'm asking for myself is, what do you have to gain from telling this story? Like, did they pay you for this interview? Like, or did this really happen? You know? And then I try to judge the context clues. Like, can he show us the scar, where it happened? Do you got a picture? You know, can you show us the landing spot? Anything that, you know, to make us believe this.
And at that point, I just get terrified and I just start running. I just this hallway, I just go down, I'm running down this hallway and I see this large window up to my right, and I run up to the window and I see just the blackness of space. And these two beings show up again and then they grab me, and then at that point I'm completely paralyzed. I can't move, and they're either...
Play said, I want a real grappling Batman gun. You would have to have some muscle to really, for a Batman grappling gun, you gotta have some muscle to hold on to that. I was holding on to the monkey bars at Planet Fitness, and I could barely hang on myself. You talking about a real Batman, you know, grapple gun? You gotta have some strength to, you know, really zip line with that boy. Hey, I'm just saying. But it's a good idea. I ain't that buff to, you know, be going through the air like that. But hey, I hear it. They probably already got it, to be honest with you. It's just all about, can you hold on to that grappling gun?
They're carrying me or floating me or something. They're carrying me back down this hallway, and I remember seeing like this science-y station looking.
People want attention. They're lonely. Some people have very little interactions with others in life. I mean, that's you sound like you talking about me. I feel attacked, you know, but I get it where you could take it this far, you know. But then you got to put like lie on top of another lie. You know what I'm saying? You got to have this lie down packed, you know, because when someone runs, hey, aren't you that guy that, you know, the Nordic Grey and the Mantis, you know, got you? Yeah, that was me. Basically what happened was...
thing with like a bunch of screens, tubes, speakers, whatever it was, just off to the right in the corner, and there was this large praying mantis looking thing standing over it, doing stuff with the little whatever it was, and these two beings laid me down onto this reclined table, and I'm laying there on my back, and I'm still paralyzed. I can't move. One of the beings just sat there by the table just staring at me, and I could see their eyes. They were this large, circular, golden brown, speckled eyes. I mean, they didn't have like the sclera or whatever it is, the whites of our eyes that we normally do. This large insect, praying mantis looking thing comes around the table, grabs my head and turns it to the left, and then sticks a large needle into my neck behind my ear, and at that point everything just went fuzzy. Everything just felt warm, fuzzy, and just like I was in a daze. They hand me a small black box, and they had me open the box, and inside the box it just exploded in light.
Damn, somebody said that he got injected with that DT. You know, I'm not going to say the full name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Look at the comments. He said, I don't know you. I'm just answering the question. Why they would lie also wanted truly really bad. How crazy would it be if these species was real and like they poison was that DT chemical? That would be crazy, wouldn't it?
It was like an information download watching 1,000 movies play at once at like light speed. It brought me to a memory of my own past.
Hold on, Miss B, you're not Bubble Boy. I might as well be. You know, when I go out and about and I'm talking to someone, I'm like, hey man, you hear about Tartaria? What? Yeah, man, all them old structures, you know, it's never mind. Yeah, I guess the Lions, yeah, they won the game last night. You know, it's hard to talk to mugs, you know what I'm saying?
Past life to where I saw my own family die in a car accident, walk up to my own house, and then I shot myself. And then I was just in my room, and then they were laying me back down into my bed, and then they walked back to my window, and they turned around, and telepathic voice again and said, "We'll be seeing you again soon."
Not alone.
Yeah, that's a wild experience.
So the Pentagon.
All right, we got UFO found. Under Pentagon confirmed pyramid UAP footage is real. All right, let's see it. A little bit more. A little bit more. That's do it a little bit more. That's good enough. That's good enough, man. Right there.
So the Pentagon actually confirmed for once the video of the pyramid-shaped UFOs caught off the Navy vessel. So you're going to see, I'm going to show you the video on here, but it's basically, it's in the night vision, and they released it and it was all over, and I was kind of like, okay, you know, we have a lot of videos, we do, because there was footage from a year ago and then 2 years ago also from a Navy vessel, and that just kind of got buried. But the Pentagon has consistently been going on and on about there's no evidence whatsoever of any of this stuff. We see nothing. There's nothing going on. Everybody shush. So I don't show very many videos, UAP videos. They're all over the place. There have been some really good ones coming up lately, so I am going to put those up because they're pretty intriguing. But this one I found, and I just feel like this is a step in the right direction.
I'm doing all right, Delphine Newman. Thanks for asking. I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
The fact that they actually confirmed that this is a real video. So the Pentagon actually...
Nie wiem, co to jest. Cedry wielkie.
I like seeing UFO videos from overseas because, you know, I think they're more real over there. It's like, you know, this is crazy. But this one, I almost at first looking at it, I'm like, oh, this might be a drone. You know, where's the air traffic control lights? But, you know, these lights got like a RGB effect, like some type of alien, you know. We might have one here, y'all. What do y'all think? What's the code word? I don't know yet. And we haven't got that far. We're going to get there.
The skin fragments are.
All right, you guys seen the cover. This was featured on the cover. So, forensic scientist discovers what Mary's face really looked like. I don't know how true this is going to be, but hey, let's see what you're talking about, bucko.
Something like holding her up.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Wait a minute. Here, you've got the skin fragments. The skin fragments are.
Zoom in on the skin fragment.
I don't even know if this is really her. You know, it's something you'll see off Elden Ring or Dark Souls, you know, by the looks of it. I don't know, but hey.
Fragment. Dude, this is gnarly. I've never seen this, dude.
It is gnarly. What am I drinking today? Water. I'm trying to lose weight, man. I'm trying to get healthy. Just making sure I ain't missing none. My boy Nick, the ones I filmed were amongst the stars. If it was a drone, you would have to be on Mars to control it. Interesting. Corey, Kentucky in here found some Tartarian structures in my town. Old church has Mason signing on it. Red brick bell tower. Still not sure if they're still functional. They probably could be. They definitely probably could be. If you go, I believe all towns, you know, if you go downtown, you're especially your, what's it called, the court buildings, a lot of those court buildings are taken over. And as we watched on previous videos on my lunch break, they talk about how the military actually tries to control, you know, a lot of those, you know, tunnels that have old world structures inside, you know. It's crazy.
The skin fragments, because when the
That's almost like, it's pretty terrifying.
no,
What is that? It looks like a scroll. That's normally something they would put a scroll inside, and when you bust it open, it should unroll into something. I do wonder what's in there. I believe you can go look at this somewhere. Let's type it in real quick, y'all, while we on this subject, before we move on. Can you go look at the Mary Magdalene artifact? It says you cannot visit. Her alleged relics are scattered throughout the world, but you can view her skull. Here, let me do full screen so y'all can see it. There it is. But you can view her skull and other bones at the Basilica of Saint Maximin La Sainte Baume in southern France. So if you guys are ever in southern France, you can take a look at what we're looking at right now. Just so you know.
no, not at all, because you're not forensic practitioner. Maybe.
No, for me, it's terrifying, right?
No,
yeah,
no.
I haven't.
No, it's
Zoom out.
And these fragments of skin come from the forehead. Because
Just the symbolism of it, and the fact that they have this ancient human skull inside of a trophy, a golden trophy with angels.
I wonder what that statue looks like, because you know we talk about Tartarian structures. Let's punch in that basilica. See what that looks like. I bet you that looks like something out of this world. Wow. It's got a 4.7. It's got a 4.7. Look at this. I believe this is the outside of it. Wow, imagine who built that. And this is the trophy room. I know a lot of y'all think, oh man, we in Satan's little season. This was 1,000-year reign when they built this. I hear y'all, but I got a video coming for y'all. Just you wait on it. It's coming, bucko. Yeah, interesting stuff.
Angels. It's like,
I have to tell you the story of the skin fragments.
yes, please.
Initially, they were put here at the level of the left forehead.
Tammy George in the building. Hey, Tammy, how you doing? Tanner by the Sea. Trophy room. That's where you at, Chucky? No, that ain't where I'm at.
The right forehead.
Mm-hmm.
The story is that one. during the Passion, Jesus escaped from the grave, as you know, because he was resuscitated. Okay, and Maria Magdalena was here, and she was trying to catch Jesus, and Jesus stopped her. May I do it? This way.
Something like holding her up.
Yes. And
wow.
Wait a minute. The grave, as you know.
A golden.
I thought they were going to show us what she really looked like. He just telling us what happened. All right, y'all, let's get to it, man. Let's get to the main event. I see you figured out, Lucy. No, I'm telling you, I'm probably the only person that's going to tell you I don't think we're in Satan's little season. I'm going to be real with you, Tanner. But I'm going to have a video, breaking it all down. That's coming later. I know, it's easy to say. Tanner said it's the only thing that makes sense, dude. I'm telling you, of course it makes sense. It's easy, but we gotta really dive into this and use our discernment, man. It might be a 3-hour video, but we're gonna put it together. Yeah, speaking of Corey, lunch break, definitely check him out if you haven't. All right, I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly where we're going. If you guys don't know about my lunch break, I'm a huge fan, man. We're going to dive into a little bit more of these Tartarian structures. I got one lined up for us. So without further ado, let's dive in.
Tartaria, a location that we are shown on maps that predate our current civilization. Tartaria, a location that has been kept quiet from all of us within the education systems all over the world. A location that we can clearly see is Russia on a modern day map.
Spirit. Okay, I'm not answering no more questions about Satan's little season, but I'm gonna answer spirits. How could we not be in Satan's little season? How could things be any worse? Things could be only worse if we had dragons spit fire random out the sky. Hey, it can get a lot worse, but it's not, man. You got to think about the battle of Gog and Magog, Has that happened yet? Show me where that battle happened. That's just one fact. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to dive into it, and I'm going to put my heart and soul into that video, and but if you ask me, we in the 6th seal right now. If you gotta know, and let's just be clear, y'all, for the record, hold on, let's zoom in. Just for the record, none of our salvation depends on if we believe we're in Satan's little season or not. I'm just gonna put that out there. We all on the same team, but he ain't come back yet, y'all. But we gonna dive into it. Not today, but I'm gonna try to get some time together and make a video about it. But if you got to know, I believe we in the 6th seal.
With a population of around 4 million people today, located within Russia's walls, there is a location today that is called Tatarstan, officially the Republic of Tatarstan, and sometimes called Tartaria, where they just removed the R. And this is just the beginning. Wait until you see what is still standing in this location today. But first, I think that their coat of arms needs to be exposed. We know that Tartaria's flag depicted a griffin. We can zoom in here on it and get a better look. As we go back to the historical coat of arms of this location, of Tatarstan, we see their seal from 1672, and of course changed to this in 1856. And once 1920 hit, the process of removing the old world, the previous civilization, was in full swing. And this became their new seal, showing their hammers and chisels and a logo that some will recognize very well. A takeover worldwide. The Republic of Tatarstan with their griffin seal. It's very interesting. It is a part of the Volga Federal District, which we have discussed in previous episodes. Now I'm going to drop the guy down in their city. We clearly have homes that are found from the old world and are being repurposed. We have the old brick being exposed, as we obviously don't properly maintain these structures. Flipping this camera view around, we can see that the windows are down here by the ground. I believe that these houses are much deeper under the mud. These houses are over the top, all the way down the street. These people, us, we were
Nick, you better be driving safe, man. Don't be doing nothing extra. I personally think he was here. That's me. Hey, it's, you not alone. I feel like I'm the only person on the internet, you know, that thinks he hasn't came yet. But I get it, y'all.
placed into the old world's work and are just occupying it there. Could you even imagine how incredible this area once looked? And remember, this is just one road. Just wait until you see the rest. Let's continue down the road, and you can see, fenced off here, we have an old world structure that has gotten a new paint job, clearly. This is the Nicholas Cathedral, with a historical narrative showing that there was, of course, a previous church here on this site, telling us that in 1565, there once stood a wooden church. 1565, knowing the exact date of the wooden church, telling us that the current temple, judging by its architectural forms and decor, was maybe built in the middle of the 17th century. Please tell me how they know the exact date of a church that isn't there, a wooden church. And they don't know the date of the current church. It is complete nonsense, in my opinion. A very bad lie, showing that the truth is not being told to us about this location. And this is when we go deeper. If I just knock my house down and I build a new one, and then 500 years from now, like we're being told, they know the exact date that my first house was built, but not the second one. So I need some feedback here. Are we all on the same page that this is insane? Let me know in the comments. So we're just getting started here. I want to show you this location. You can see how old everything is. And hiding behind this tree, we have the St. Peter and Paul Cathedral, located in Kazan, the capital of the Russian Republic of Tatarstan. They give up.
Russia definitely has a lot, because you got to think, that's where Tartaria originally was, in Russia, man. They got probably so many gems over there, so many ancient structures that we really can't even see, probably. There ain't no telling what they military garden. One of my favorite structures is over there in Russia, the Cathedral of War. Let me show you this bad boy. Fire Marshal Bill, let me show you something. Do you guys know about the Cathedral of War? Is anybody hip to it before I show it? So I'd be impressed. I'm like, dang. But let me show it to you real quick. I did a video on this before. An in-depth video about the Cathedral of War. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. That's a real building. Let me see if I can find some real pictures. Wow. That is the real deal. Look at the glass. They'll let me click on it. Look at the glass around there. Oh my goodness. And I found an older picture of this, and it was like instead of, I don't know who they have. I believe they have Jesus right here. on this cover, if they don't kick me out this website. They had his portrait right there. But in the older photos, I found an older photo. It had like some woman there, like a younger woman. Like it was almost like a family owned. I don't know what's going on here. And the crazy part is, look at this statue that's right outside of it. You know, they saying that some people theorize that's Mary. You can go inside that. But if I were to ever go in Russia, this would be one of the stops. This is probably my #1 stop. Is to go see this Cathedral of War, y'all. And the inside is even crazier. You know? Just the glass around it. When you in the inside. Let's see if they got any pictures in the inside. Yep, there you go. I guess not. See if they got anything on the inside before we move on real quick. Inside. Look at this. There go those glass windows at the top. Y'all want to talk about 1,000-year reign? This screaming it. I get it, man. I get it 100%. Marcus, what's good? All right, let's get back to it, y'all. I just had to show y'all that. And I do got a video on the Cathedral War. I dove into that for like a good 2 hours, man. If you knew around here, back when your boy used to go, man, do I still even got the hyper mode on here? Let me see. I don't even know where it's at, man. Back when your boy went hyper mode, activate. Y'all ain't ready for that to come back. All right, let's get back to it, y'all. One of these buttons.
Us this long story about how the emperor arrived after mastering the sea, celebrating his 50th birthday with the guys.
Spirit, you are super new around here. If you don't know what hyper mode is, you are definitely new around here.
Having a 3-day feast, having such a great time. Might as well build a cathedral while we're at it to honor this event. Why not? So the cathedral, of course, had a prior cathedral because these stories are clearly written by an AI. And I think we can confidently say that at this point. All over the world, we get the same structural narrative. So they knock out the cathedral in just 4 years, in the early 1700s, and the computer cannot forget.
How many people do we got in here? I can't tell. But make sure y'all hit that like button. I don't know how many people we got in here.
To throw the destruction story right into the narrative. When shortly after the building was done, it suddenly collapsed. So, of course, being the guy that he is, the Tsar sent his own craftsmen and architects to complete the cathedral. We have no idea where any of the materials came from. We have no clue who these men were. We have no idea who the architects were, and they will forever be a mystery. But I'm just so thankful that we know all about the 50th birthday party they had. And
6:30? Okay, we getting there. 6:30 in here. What's our likes looking at? Let's see if we can get at least half. That would be nice, you know.
the 3-day feast. That kind of information just distracts me. I love it when they throw the backstories in there, so I never have to focus on who actually builds the palaces. No. To prove that this is a worldwide operation, And this is an AI generated story to trick all of us into thinking that this structure isn't from the previous civilization.
Oh, Tanner, I do appreciate that. I do be going hard, man. And your boy does need a vacation. I will say that, but that probably ain't gonna happen.
We get the nod. Yet Peter and Paul Cathedral has seen its share of tragic events, including numerous fires. If you don't understand how ChatGPT operates, I will show you right now. All I need to do is put the basic things that I want in there. Remember, if I can do this, then just imagine what can be done. All we have to do is tell the AI basic things that we all need in the story. I wrote that we need a hypothetical narrative about a cathedral. I need construction dates that lasted 4 years. I need a destruction story because they all have one, with a savior. And I need a fire story, of course. And the cathedral manages to recover every time. Just like we are shown here, where the cathedral manages to recover every time and retain its former beauty. Place this time period in the 1700s and make it 4 paragraphs. This is how fast our history can be written. And this is how fast a population worldwide can be tricked and manipulated. This technology is not new.
I thought it was, but you know, that's crazy, man. You can write a whole children's book. You could tell AI whatever you want, and it will literally print it out word for word. You can even tell AI, you're not doing it good enough. Do a better job at it. You need to really hit this home. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. And the AI would literally go harder. You can sit there and chat with it for an hour, keep telling it to go harder, go harder. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. That's called training the AI. That's a real thing.
And we are now learning this and exposing it to the world, that the narrative that we are all shown in classrooms from day one is, in my opinion, all created just like this. In the early 1700s, the Grand Cathedral began its construction in the heart of a bustling European city, where the townspeople marveled at the design.
The Black Val hype button. Black Val asked, what is hype button? Well, the only way I've seen it is on your phone, and it's for content creators that I believe have under 300,000 followers. You can, subscribers, I mean, and you can hit like a hype button. I don't know how you generate hype points. I'm not sure, but you know, I try to run it up with the hype, you know.
Construction lasted from 1703 to 1707. Tragedy struck just 5 years later, just like we see every single time in these narratives, when a violent storm comes through and lightning hits the tallest spire. Another nod that we always see. Remember, repetition gives it all away.
That's crazy. Literally what the AI is saying, that's what they try to tell us, is basically what's going on. That is absolutely wild.
The system doesn't know any other way. It's not a human. It even gives us a fake character that could now be used for so many other structures in the area. Fixed the place in 1715, and just 16 years later, a fire broke out. It's literally the exact same narrative that we read all over the world, with structures that look so out of place. Now, I'm going to refer to this episode in the future to show everybody just how this works. And like I said earlier, this is just the beginning of this location. We're just getting started today. I want to show you the inside of this St. Peter and Paul Cathedral that we were just talking about. What do you think?
I think this is extraordinary. Is that gold? That has to be gold.
Hammers and chisels, or advanced technology that we aren't being told about. Kazan, the city in Tatarstan. This may be the location that we have all been searching for. It is, at the very minimum, in my opinion, one of the main locations that Tartaria was active. I have said this many.
Cat Corner with the 199. Thank you. Someone just said, how can I write you? My Facebook, Jet Ski Chuck, or Instagram should be in the description.
Many times. I believe that this previous civilization, the advanced group of humans, I believe that they were here only a few hundred years ago, and a mass event wiped them all out, with their buildings sitting right here in front of all of our faces, and getting a brand new coat of paint on them with brand new narratives.
Jake Morgan, I have been diving in the 9s for about a month now. The water ain't getting any lighter. Man, you ain't never told a lie. It just keeps getting darker and darker, man. You'd be like, all right, it can't get any worse. We at the bottom. Man, it gets dark. I feel you on that. Chew on that to the bone. Swallow the gristle. Keep that head on a permanent swivel. Hey, Jake, I like you, man. I wish you was nearby, man. I could use a friend like that, man.
And looking so out of place. The Kazan Kremlin includes many old buildings. It is a fortified citadel containing museums and sacred sites. You can see that we are looking at a very important location for this research. We can make an educated guess at this point that this is not everything, and some structures have been removed. This city is filled with griffins. It's basically Griffin Central.
Yeah, forgive me, guys. I just wanted to take a look at this, soak it in. Because what on earth would make somebody create this? You know what I'm saying? You got that blessed work to do. Tanner by the Sea with the $4.99. You were the first one I could like for some reason. I haven't been able to like other people's donation. I wonder why. But yeah, y'all, this Gryffindor. Ooh, Harry Potter Gryffindor. That's interesting. Huh. I wonder what correlation is there. I could never be a YouTuber. People are too mean these. Hey, you get over it, but you'll be surprised. There's a lot of people that, you know, there's you got people out here that will rock with you.
Or in other words, the center of Tartaria. Kazan, a very interesting place for sure, with Khan's Mosque located within the walls. Some scholars believe that the tower may date back further than the 18th century.
Damn, I can't even see her name. Nisa. I apologize. Keep up the good work. I went too fast. Nisa with the $5 donation. Keep up the great work, Chuck. Appreciate the dope content. I try, y'all. I do. Some days, you know, it'd be getting too late, and I'd be like, man, I gotta finish this up, man. I gotta give it to him. And then there'd be those days where it'd be a home run banger, you know. And I try my best every single day, honestly. Like, man, this video ain't good enough, man. This ain't good enough, man. So, if you guys don't know, I do have a website. darkwaters9.com. I'm trying to work on it, y'all. Keep your head on a straight swivel. It's been a minute since I worked on this website. If I can show y'all. But it's been a minute since I worked on this website. I gotta go back and touch it up. But I gotta add some stuff so where you guys could submit your videos, so I could like do like a member submission time, you know what I'm saying, instead of digging through my Facebook messages, because that's not really the best, you know, way for me to show your guys' video. I don't like Discord, you know, even the name Discord. You talking to an OG that I used to use Ventrilo and TeamSpeak for World of Warcraft and Lineage 2 and Counter-Strike. You know what I'm saying? I use Xfire before I jump on Discord. Even the name. Y'all know what Discord means? We arguing. Why am I going to jump on an app that we arguing? You know what I'm saying? So that's just my thoughts on it. That's why I don't use Discord. I have one, but I don't be getting on it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You better off hitting me up on Instagram or Facebook. But when I have time, when I'm gonna try to wake up early, knock this workout out, knock my Dark Waters 9 video out, try to work on this website, try to jump back on this live. Man, I be having 2 hours to myself sometimes, y'all, to be honest. 2 hours out the day, but it is what it is. But I definitely need to get this website finished up for y'all, because I did have a submission link. I don't even know if it's still working, but I'll figure it out. Don't worry, y'all. I promise.
This is an admission that they don't know who created this tower. A tower that we know here was created by the previous civilization. This is clear exposure here, if you know what you're looking for. With the legend saying that the tower that lasts forever was built by Ivan the Terrible in just 1 week. 1 week. And this thing's here forever. And
it's a Facebook page. I don't have a group. So if you see a group, that ain't me. But I might need to make one. But yeah, it's Jet Ski Chuck on Facebook, Jet Ski Chuck on Instagram. My fault if y'all been hitting me up on Discord, man. I don't like getting on it.
And the tower's construction date is enshrouded in mystery. Are you having fun yet? Can you see that we are correct? Can you see that the truth about where we live is coming? Once you know the truth, that the history that we are all told is not factual information, you can never unsee it. This is incredible. They have no idea who built this.
I would do a group meet. I wanted to do one for the World Fair in Tokyo. We all go to, I believe Tokyo's having a World Fair. It might have just ended. I think October it ends. But you guys know how much I talk about the World Fairs. The Chicago World Fair, San Francisco World Fair. I got books on it right here. Look, I got a book. Look, San Fran 1915 World Fairs. I got like 7 books right here on Tartarian World Fairs. I was going to go, but it didn't look too interesting. It's not like they were back in the day where they showing these ancient structures. You know what I'm saying? Let me just show y'all one real quick. Fire Marshal Bill, let me show you something real quick. They ain't showing us nothing like this. I would have went to the World Fair in Tokyo, but all they really didn't have nothing. It didn't look interesting. They had like a 3D movie theater. I can go to IMAX for that. Why am I going to travel to Tokyo, Japan for IMAX? I'm better off going to the arcades and Gundam stores than the World Fair in Tokyo, Japan. But yeah, we do need a meetup, man. We all need to go to Egypt or something. You know what I'm saying? Let's all go to the Cathedral of War in Russia and meet up somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I love to go to Scotland. Don't get me started on Scotland. Scotland got so much stuff up there. Yeah, let's travel. Do something.
I think they do know who built that. Grand Tartaria. Have we located their central base? A location that scholars won't touch. They won't even pretend to know who created that structure. It's amazing. Now that we've struck gold, let's keep going. Oh, and the tower used to be topped with a griffin. Oh, I mean, double-headed eagle, and was replaced by our civilization. Take a look at this place. This is the headquarters of Donkeys Incorporated / DonkeysInc.com, where they went viral in suite number 3. I want to show you all around a little with a great shot of Donkeys Inc. The horsepower of a steam engine with those wooden wheels and all. We can also see a founder right over here to the right. And of course, the dragon. on the side of their helicopter. It's just there for show, of course. All of this built by a population of nobody. 1897, we only had 130,000 people here. Could you even imagine 1800 or 1700? The streets would be empty.
Dennis said, let's go to the ice wall. Man, if I could forge an airship that can fit all 600, how many people's in here? 600? If I could build an airship with a cargo for 600, man, I would do it so quick. But you already know the Antarctic Treaty. I thoroughly thought about this, y'all. That's the crazy part. I'm like, man, if I actually build an airship and I try to go to the ice wall, they got F-35, they got F-79s that's got going Mach 82 that's going to catch you so quick. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you start pinging on that Antarctic Treaty radar, they're going to launch a F-35 off a battleship in the Atlantic Ocean so quick. You know what I'm saying? An airship can't outrun an F-35, y'all. I'm sorry. I love air shows. You know, I'm a huge fan of jets, you know, and them things are powerful. It's bad. You got to be on some TR-3B type stuff to outmaneuver them, man. And I ain't got that type of technology. If any of you guys got an extra TR-3B, let me know.
Empty. Yet we're told within our mainstream narrative that nobody constructed palace after palace. And we all just accepted it for years. Where that all ends now. Remember that in 1750, nobody was even here in this location.
If you really want to go to the Antarctic wall, I mean, if you really want to go to the ice wall, you have to have a TR-3B. You got to have something that can be submersible and something that can fly in the air, because, you know, you got to hit that water, splash down, you know what I'm saying? Escape airspace, you know, then come back up, you know what I'm saying? That's why they saying all these UFOs probably coming out of the water. You know what I'm saying? They safe. They not hostile like us. You know what I'm saying? You're in a restricted air zone. You have 35 seconds to respond or deviate course. You know what I'm saying? People probably from the other walls, they chilling. You know, they happy out there. You know, they ain't got that hostility that we probably got. For entertainment purposes only. Just a theory.
You can just drop the guy down anywhere in this city. Doesn't matter. You can just throw the guy down in this back alley. You can just swing the camera angle around here, and what do you know? Another old world palace pops up.
Aaron said, bro, I'm watching from my airship right now. You know what? Now that you said something, I might have one. Let me see if I still got it. Tanner said he in the airship. Oh, yeah? Well, guess what? I'm in one too, brother. You're not the only one. Tanner, you're not the only one in the airship, bucko. I'm in one too. You know what I'm saying? We up here. You know what I'm saying? We about 250,000 square feet up in the air right now. You know? You're not the only one in the airship. I only can fit about 5 people in here. This is the prototype. You know?
This is the Epiphany Tower. Just take a look at the brickwork on this one. I wish my town would give me one of these. And remember that all of these buildings are just the top. They're just what we can see. They all, most likely, are all interconnected through underground tunnel networks and structures. We've seen this all over the world. And if they're doing it in Chicago, then you know that they're definitely doing it here.
AKA Shalaga.
It's incredible. It's palace after palace here. You can even see another one behind it. And this building still has its old world bells. In fact, the bells are in nearly every one of these buildings. And what do you guys think of this thing? The Kazan Family Center / View.
You guys see it. This is getting deep. Hold the phone, hum guy with the 1999. God loves you more than you know, and he surely will show the deepest dive. Deepest dive when we look to him. P.S. The beasts seen in the architecture were real before we wiped them out. Read the original Arabian Nights book with an open mind. You know what? I'm going to write that down. I'm going to text that to myself so I don't forget. The original Arabian Nights. Interesting. Hold on, y'all. Let me find myself. Everybody texting me. Give me 1 second. Shadow. Okay, Arabian. Be sure to read the Arabian Nights book about the creatures with an open mind. Wow. I just send that to myself. That's how I keep notes, because I used to keep a pen around here, but I've been losing the pen so much, I just start texting myself. You know, I appreciate that, hum guy. Thank you. Somebody said, oh, how come you don't use Discord anymore? I've met some important people. Hey, I might get back on there one day. I'm not knocking it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. I might get back on it. When I had an older computer, it was like real lag heavy. And I come from a generation where we had Ventrilo. You know, I've seen a lot more different software before Discord, like good software, like Xfire. Before Discord even started popping off, there was this one called Curse. Once I see, I'm like, why they call it Curse? So then I knew it started to shift into the other direction. Ventrilo, do you know what Ventrilo means? That's like the 3 quartets singing at the same time, you know? It was the Ventrilo was that deal. You had to be there to experience it. If you were confused and love Discord right now, you know, it's you probably never experienced Ventrilo, TeamSpeak, or Xfire. If you experience those and you absolutely love Discord, tell me, because I like to know your thoughts. Those that are saying, hey, Discord, I use Discord, y'all probably game though. Y'all probably got friends you can talk to. You know, oh man, I'm hopping on Marvel Rivals. Get on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got a group of cool people meet. I get it, y'all. Like, if you use it for that and you always using the voice chat, I get it. But I don't know, y'all. I'll probably get back on there one day, to be honest. If y'all really want me to, I'll probably get back on there one day. Jake said, you gotta stop crying about Discord, brother. Damn, man, y'all gonna make me get back on it. I guess.
Viewpoint, where that's got to be renamed. It has all kinds of different statues surrounding it, where we all know that this is just art. There weren't actually dragons and griffins. Wait, right? And then, of course, there's more art of the mainstream mythical creatures all over this thing. I do believe that this is depicting our past, what used to be here. So this is just one city, located within the Republic of Tatarstan, obviously. There's going to be a lot more that we expose in the upcoming episodes. I feel like this location deserves a lot more attention, including the city of Bulgar.
If you like Discord, you're probably under 25. I'm just saying.
A population of only 8,000 people in 2010. They, of course, get a palace. And I'm not making fun of anybody. I never will. I'm just showing how people in this town live today. We build huts in 2024. Yet in the same exact town, this is here. The amount of evolving and advancing going on is negative 1,000. We are going backwards. So we have the town right here. And now I'm personally convinced after this that we have found modern day Tartaria, and we are going to expose everything in this region. I'm going to go down this road here, and we can continue back on this location, this region, in upcoming episodes. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do that, because right here, there is a gas station. Can you see what that logo is? Can you see that Tartaria may still be here, where it has been hiding in this location and is now ready for us to share it to the world? There are so many buildings in the USA that look so out of place. Structures that we can all go and see. Structures that we have shown are being burned down and destroyed over and over. These are the structures that we have proven on this channel that hold narratives, stories that are clearly written by either a group of people thinking that we are all too dumb to realize that the stories are made up, or they're written by an AI. When you simply look at one building's narrative, you would never notice anything. But when you put hundreds of them together, like we have done here, we all see the patterns, the repetition, the dates, and the rest, all of it. That's going to take the narrative and expose it to the world, showing that these buildings have a much deeper history, showing that the true narrative is that these buildings have all been here much longer than we've all been told, and built by a much more advanced group of people than the donkey riding cowboys of the 1800s. So let's get started. In Mansfield, Ohio, located on 60 South Mulberry Street, we have the St. Peter's Church, where we are told that the first Catholic Mass was celebrated in Mansfield in 1850. Shortly after, Mansfield's Catholic community purchased its first building, a church that was already there. A former Methodist church, and this is where things get very interesting and give it all away, where the parish built its first church in 1870, where it, of course, burned down just 19 years later. And this is very important for anybody new here. We can see with our eyes which buildings look out of place. Buildings that don't belong in the USA, if you were going off the mainstream narrative. Where people, including presidents, were being born in sheds with no bathrooms. Yet, at the same exact time, there are palaces being thrown together right across the street, no problem at all. Over and over, by architects that have no previous training. And there's never a mistake. And then we see nearly every single time this palace-like structure holds the fire narrative, which is a clear pattern, a nod. And we, of course, don't stop there. This is just the beginning of the investigation.
Why get rid of them? Leave them up. You can't get rid of all of them. I know y'all trying, but leave them up.
Because once we see the fire, then we can go deeper. And we see that they built another building right across the street, supposedly. No details on the construction of that one, of course. And then they
Stereo Child said, why are there no bathrooms though? Well, I don't think they had a plumbing system, and a lot of people claim that they had outhouses, but that doesn't make any sense. You know, Cat Corner with the $4.99. I hate to say it, but if people believe Satan's little season, then it makes sense that angels probably don't eat and don't use the bathroom. I don't know if angels use the bathroom. I couldn't tell you, you know, but here's an even crazier theory, though, why they don't have bathrooms. Because there's a theory that, you know, the fireplaces use some type of energy, like And it's kind of like how, it's hard to explain. It's like how a spider web gets a spider gets his nutrients from a spider web. I gotta find the video, and this was a in-depth dive, but you know, I was just real late night diving into some stuff, and they're talking about how Tartarians, they were able to get nutrients from the buildings, so they didn't have to eat. Like, and that's how some people were able to live for longer lifespans, like a 200-year lifespan, 300 years, or even longer possibly, because they didn't eat, you know. But I haven't ran across nothing about that theory in a long time. It's almost like they scrubbed the internet of that theory. Like, I don't know if it was like the radium fireplaces they were getting the energy from. I'm not sure, but there's a couple good theories of why they didn't have bathrooms. You know, you got angels built it. They were getting etheric energy, nutrients, basically. And they had outhouses. So those are the three that why they didn't have bathrooms, if you ask me.
Outgrow it. And this is when the narrative gets exposed. When they tell us that the current structure, the one that's there today, had its cornerstone laid on May 14th, 1911. And due to the First World War, it had...
Yes, y'all didn't know all these cathedrals didn't have bathrooms? All these cathedrals we showing, they don't got no bathrooms. And someone said they didn't have no kitchens either. So, I don't know. It's another mystery. We don't know who built it. We don't know why they don't have bathrooms. But it's crazy, y'all. This is... I can't explain it. That's why we on these waters. We trying to figure it out.
Delays. And 113 years ago, it only took them 6 years to build this.
Hold on. Chad Everett said scalar wave energy. What is that? Scalar wave energy? Is that what I was trying to say? The etheric nutrients? Let me type it in real quick. Scalar wave energy. He might have threw me a Hail Mary, low key, y'all. Scalar wave energy. Interesting. I already know we're getting somewhere because they're saying, oh, this is pseudoscience, a concept lacking scientific basis. You might have threw me one. Ah. Interesting. Scalar energy, wave energy. But how do they get their nutrients from that, though? Does that go directly to their cells and, you know, they don't need nutrients? How does that work? Interesting. Let me save that for a later dive. Scalar wave energy. How fascinating. Scalar wave energy.
During a world war, which took place between 1914 and 1918, where 2.8 million men from the USA alone were drafted to go to Europe, and another 2 million men volunteered. With all of this going on, millions of men off fighting in a world war, this structure still gets done in just 6 years.
How many people we got in here, y'all?
These are the times when the narrative slips these buildings in, when there's a world war going on. And we have shown this, where major financial market crashes and wars are the perfect time to throw brand new narratives into existing buildings. We have shown this in New York City in episode 77, with no internet, and everybody's distracted with the major event going on in the world at that point. Who is running to the library to go check these buildings' narratives? Who's doing that?
We got 700 in here. Can we at least get half? Can I get half of the likes up out of y'all? Please. Hit your boy with half. How many likes we got? I can't even see the likes. It only shows up one like. I can't see how many people's in here. But if we can at least get to half the likes, that would be nice. So what? 350 likes is the goal right now?
The answer is nobody. Nobody is going to the library and checking these narratives. This is the perfect time to switch up the story. And now it's time to take this even further when we see that the architect was supposedly William P. Ginther.
Hey, we hit our goal. Thank you, y'all. 350, hey, we hit it, man. I'm happy. I'm not out to get, let's get this video to 20,000 likes. Man, they be out cold with it. I'm like, damn. They really be hitting it, though. I ain't mad at them. Listen, I just need 350. I just need the Gideon's 300. The original 300. What y'all know about Gideon's 300? I take my Gideon 300 over 20,000 bots any day. Y'all the Gideon 300 for real. If you know, you know.
His architectural career starts off all because he reportedly drew a comic Valentine for a girl, where Frank Weary, then Akron, Ohio's leading architect, just happened to be in the room. And he saw this comic Valentine. So he hires him based on this comic Valentine, if you can believe it. This is the story that we're given. This is the beginning of his story. So we already know this story is ridiculous. Why was this Frank just following him around? Just waiting for the perfect opportunity to see him drawing something and hiring someone based on a comic Valentine and then turning them into a master architect. This is a very standard practice back then. Yes, your Valentine comic is perfect and I just happened to be behind you when you were drawing it. Now come with me.
Gideons, what is your profession? I wish I could heart that. Man, that's the original 300 Gideons. If you don't know, that's definitely worth. I don't know the full story. All I know is that those were the original 300. I used to know it, but I didn't fell off diving in these waters so much, getting lost. I need to bust open that book. Need to bust open these scriptures. The KJV will get it done, but I use the ISR. International Scriptures of Research. But yeah, the King James will get it done. I like the King James. I ain't got nothing against it.
And I always love looking into these characters because they pin them as the guy who created so many other old world palaces all over the place.
Hold on, what's Blueprint Freedom Seating? Okay, I see it. Blueprint Energy Harvest Temple. Do you got the blueprints for the energy harvesting? We need a PDF or something. I see it, Freedom. Chuck, please. Freedom, I see it. Blueprint Energy Harvesting Temple 1. I see it, my boy. But I need a little bit more information on it.
Just like we see here, 45 churches in Ohio alone, 18 other churches in other states.
All right, you're saying put it in chat GBT. Okay. Let me make sure this ain't nothing crazy first before I show it. Chat GBT. They're speaking in German. Well, I guess I probably could tell it Chat GBT to say it in English. Translate to English. What do we have here? All right. Somebody just gave me the something for energy harvesting. Oh, is this what I think it is? All right, here's your translated version. Please keep the original tone professional. Okay. Symbolism: the 8 sides represent balance, stability, and transformation. The octagon acts as a bridge between heaven circle, earth square, in a form of geometric alchemy, harmonizing energy centers. So these are how the old school buildings work. Corners are aligned with 8 cardinal directions. You guys might want to save this. This might be a gem. You guys are throwing Hail Marys today, I see. And I'm just trying to Randy Moss. I'm trying my best, y'all. Material selection, compromised earth or clay, natural residence, copper or granite. How do I say that? Accentuating the shape of enhancing energy circulation. So basically this is the blueprint for the old world structures, or like how they were designed. Would you like me to continue with section 2, walls, vertical axis, human, or expand further on energy flow and geometric alignment of the foundation? How did they build these structures? I spelled structures wrong, but she'll get it. How ancient builders created sacred energy structures. Builders first searched for the height energy locations, offer intersections of key ley lines and telluric currents. Forgive me, y'all. I'm trying. Of natural springs. They use dowsing rods, compass. This doesn't explain. I mean, I'm sure they probably did this. Did they just alchemy these boys like Full Metal Alchemist and draw a circle and it just popped out the ground? Like, how did they get the marble transported, you know? Oh, I guess we about to get there. Local stones were often chose. I wouldn't say local. That, like, I believe some of them traveled, like, if we go back to Egypt, like, they used to travel like 200 miles for certain marble slabs. How did they lift the marble? Many ancient cultures use rammed earth, megalithic placement. With rollers, levers. Hold on. Counterweights, guided with precise coordinates. Okay, they kind of went matrix on us on that one. I'm not gonna lie. For number 5, they kind of went matrix on there. So let's take it a step further and see if ChatGPT will tell us the truth. How could they build these ancient structures? I promise I could spell structures, maybe. How could they build these ancient structures without excellent question. And one of the great enduring mysteries of ancient architecture. Many of those structures for Pyramid Giza, Stonehenge, and this from features stones so large, sometimes hundreds of tons, that even with modern cranes, they'll be difficult to move. So how could ancient builders have done it without industrial tools or machinery? Here's the most credible ancient engineering explanations, plus a few alternative hypotheses grounded in historical and physical reasoning. They try, I can hear the matrix behind the AI as I read that. By using long wooden or copper levers with stone pivots. I said without rollers and sledges. And they still put rollers and sledges in there, didn't they? What do y'all gotta say about this? Stephanie said, sound waves and electromagnetism. There we go. The ramp theory. I told you I could hear the matrix behind that first response. So we might as well skip the first three. Uh-oh, here we go. Resonance and vibration theory. Some researchers suggest ancient use of acoustics or resonance, not as anti-gravity, but to reduce the friction of stabilized mass. Coral Castle, anybody? That's what they said Coral Castle was made. Many colossal temples or monuments weren't built in one continuous project, but phases over centuries. Okay. They hitting us. This is pure matrix. You guys know when Neo was fighting, walking around the city, and you'll see one of the agents jump in? An agent jumped into this chat AI. I'm telling you right now. This chat GBT, we're talking to an agent. Mr. Smith. We're talking to Mr. Smith right now, okay? We already took the red pill. We got 371 people in here that hit that like button that already took the red pill. You know? Would you like a visual diagram? No. Explain how the angels built these ancient structures. In esoteric cosmologies, angels are not necessarily winged beasts like humanly formed. They can represent intelligent laws of nature, as above, so below. In the book of Enoch, heavenly beings review the measure of earth. I don't remember that in the book of Enoch. In Egyptian Hermetic lore, Thoth teaches geometry and proportion. Of divine intelligence and universal law. Tell me about the angelic technology that built these ancient. Look what who got me started on this? Type it in chat GBT, Chuck. Man, I got stuff to do tomorrow. I'll be here all night asking Mr. Smith these questions. Tell me about the angelic technology that built these ancient structures. That's a rich idea to explore. I wish they could read it back to me, man. This is a rich idea to explore, but there's no historic. I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you about the historical or archaeological evidence. I need you to tell me, Mr. Smith, what type of technology did the angels use? I love how they said, my name's not Mr. Smith. They know I'm talking to Mr. Smith, okay? I can explore. This is the modern day Ouija board, by the way. You know what I'm saying? We got to be careful with this. You know, this ain't the first time I done fought demons, so I can spot it for what it is. I can explore how different mythological or religious traditions describe the tools and powers that angels use, but I cannot assert such devices as actually existed. I'm done. I tried, y'all. I'll be arguing with Mr. Smith all night, and he'll keep spinning me, you know? Who got me started on this? He said, put it in chat, GBT, Chuck. Some Russian stuff I couldn't. It is interesting. I'm not going to lie. But that was fun. Let's get back to this video, man. What do y'all got to say about all that, man? I'm sure you guys were in here going crazy in the chat. Tanner by the Sea, they use God's power. GBT just acknowledge are already known and learned. I believe you, Freedom Seating. You need to start a channel. If you guys got stuff to say, make a TikTok and send it to me on Facebook or Instagram. We all on the same team. Then they become Atlanteans. Then they become Egyptians. Ask ChatGPT if it can be controlled by spirits. Ooh, that was a good one. Tanner, they just did it, bro. They didn't use technology. They just did it. How? I wish I could share some of my conversations with DeepSeek with you. I have figured out sending it to people that got a Facebook or Instagram. It's in the description. Or Discord. I'm going to log in Discord just so I can, you know, Discord with y'all, I guess. And I believe in Discord, there is a voice chat. And I would like to hear y'all, man. Like we can do a time. I ain't gonna do it tonight, but the next time I'm gonna jump on Discord and I'm gonna pull people in one by one just so y'all can, you know, say whatever y'all want. I just ask you don't cuss, please. Please no cussing or vulgar language. They super peer pressured me in Discord, man. Peer pressured me like a mug. Man, stop talking bad about it. Just jump in there. Y'all peer pressured me, man. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
10 residences, 28 schools, 8 academies, and even 3 hospitals. And you can see that these were no comic sketches. Take a look at this building, including the Basilica of St. Andrew in Virginia, where it was thrown together in just 24 months, as the legend goes. He's also pinned to this one, the Immaculate Heart of Mary Church, located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Let's see how long this one took to build. If they just would have told us like 8 to 10 years, then fine. I would have a hard time having any argument at all. But the problem is that they tell us the cornerstone was laid in July 1904 and completed in 1905. So the whole thing is just done. This is a massive flaw in the narrative. We have proved, in my opinion, of course, in episode 41, that this timeline would have been.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Getting an Xbox party going. We just got everybody in the Xbox party. How tight would that be? That's not a bad idea. I would do that. We get an Xbox party going. How many people can you have in one party, though, is a question. Add me on Xbox, y'all. It's Jetski Chuck with 2 Ks. You'll see. I think I got my profile picture up there.
Impossible. Nobody is constructing anything like this in a year from 1904 to 1905, especially when we were told that William P. Ginther, the supposed architect, was off building 109 other structures around the USA. 1 year, 120 years ago. Are you sure? So 1904 and 1905, William P. Ginther should have been.
You already know everybody's going to be talking at once. I'm just going to mute people. I'm going to mute everybody. And then when someone has the floor, I'm going to unmute them on my screen. I think you can mute. It's been a while since I've been in the Xbox party, but I believe if you're the party leader, you can mute other people if you started the party. I'm not sure though. It's been a while, man. It's been a while. Stain or whatever, since I've been on. There's a whole bunch of Hell Divers 2 just jumped on. You know what I'm saying? I want to jump on. I haven't even played that yet. Dynasty Warriors, what, 6 or 7's out? I bought that and I can't even play it, Look, I'm getting messages right now. Somebody just added me. It just popped up on my computer. So yeah, make sure you add me. Here, I'll type it in. Jetski Chuck. Yeah, Stain. It's been a while since it's been a while. I normally say Nickelback, but somebody corrected me. Man, it's by Stain. It's not Nickelback. My bad.
Been overseeing his comic masterpiece, getting the thing done in like a year, perfectly. Well, instead of being in Pittsburgh, he was back in Ohio, building this church the same exact year. Now, I'm not saying that this guy wasn't real. I'm simply suggesting.
They're on, I think it's Dynasty Warriors 6 or 7 right now. You would think they would be on 20, but I actually heard the latest Dynasty Warriors is actually pretty good. It's got good ratings. It feels like Dynasty Warriors 3, but new gen. And I haven't even played it. I haven't played Hell Divers. I had Farm with Friends. My farm's overgrown. I haven't got my crops from my peach tree. Haven't harvested my fish from Farming with Friends 2.
That he was used as a pawn and placed into these narratives, used as the front guy to explain away 109 structures in the USA that did not resemble the construction at the time. The classic wooden shed style.
I do want to do a American Trucker stream with y'all one day. Like at the end of the stream, like I like get like one of those racing wheels and like try to, what's it called? American Truck Simulator. I think that would be fun.
I'm going to take this a step further and try to blow your mind. We were told that Ginther was pinned as the guy that got the St. Columbia Church done, where we were told that it was destroyed by a fire in 1954.
Man, Battlefield, what is it? The newest Battlefield? Man, that's going to be crazy, isn't it? We'll have a full lobby. We need to make one a clan, low key. I may have to get on Discord for that. I may have to. If we start battlefielding for real, we may have to. Freedom Seating, I got it. I got your message. I'm gonna add you guys. As soon as I get on my Xbox, don't think I'm ignoring you or I ain't adding you back. I just ain't been on my Xbox yet. But as soon as I get on there, I'm adding all y'all back.
So I found it. And just take a look at this place. And it's no wonder it was destroyed. This did not belong in Youngstown, Ohio. It did not fit into the narrative at all. And you can see that the skies are all blanked out in these pictures, clearly edited. You can't even see the top of the structure here. And check this one out. Look at the pole. It's so over the top and 100% doesn't fit in with what we are all told about the past. Here's a photo of inside the place. It's just incredible. I know we have located the fire narrative now, and we are all witnessing them happening.
Looking at this old photo real quick is proof that the old world structures, they look nice even back in the day. Because look, this is black and white, and you can see the cathedrals popping through. You can barely see it, but you can see it's nice, you know, if you ignore all the rubbish, but the details is there. Yeah, I got Twitch, but you know, I barely got time to make these videos. To get on Twitch too, man.
Live today. But I always think, what have we missed over the years? Could you even imagine growing up in 1890? Every single building on the block must have been insane.
Tammy, no, you did not. Poor man's Xbox, so what? I like both. If you jump on whatever, you cool in my book, you know. I never got the console wars. They got great games on the PS5. They got great games on the Xbox and computer.
In my opinion, nobody from our civilization built this. I believe there was a massive civilization here where we all live today that were not riding around on donkeys and carriages. I believe they were wiped out by a mass event and everything was reset back to the horse and wagon era.
Crossplay, there it is. You said it perfectly. There's crossplay.
And this is why all of these buildings are so out of place. And
Odin, what's good? Welcome to the stream. PC Master Race. I can't stand y'all. So what? Y'all got 300 frames, 700 frames per second.
Need to be demolished so that the narrative that we're all told makes total sense. And now I'm going to show you the comparison to what was given to us by the comic guy and what we are given today. I think this comparison right here is just shocking. To me, it's undeniable proof that we are not moving forward. We are not advancing. This is clear proof, in my opinion, that there was a group here that fully understood how to construct palaces all over the world. There is something massive missing from our textbooks. What we are told does not make sense at all. It's just incredible. I could look at the comparisons from the old world to our world all day long. It couldn't get any more obvious that the history that we are given is not the truth, at least in my eyes. So let's go even deeper. According to CatholicEcho.org, we are told that nearly 70 years ago, the cathedral was destroyed by fire during a late evening storm. Because storms just light any random stone building on fire. No. So we can see when we are all here to document what is going on. This takes 4 years to put a new one together. We have seen so many times that the 1800s would burn a building down and 4 months later, the new one is there.
Oh my goodness. PC Master Race, Chris. Just hit me with the $49.99. Let's go. Towards the PC fun playing. Oh my goodness. I gotta hit a snowmobile flip for that one.
Hey, listen!
For the $49.99, that is insane. Thank you, Chris. I'm definitely appreciate the PC fun. That deserved a backflip on a snowmobile in the middle of fall, or close to starting of fall. It started fall, right? I don't know.
No problem at all. So I'm so glad that they're showing us the truth in this article, that you have to account for the old building's demolition project, the one that was destroyed. It takes time to remove these ones and then put the new one in. On stcolumbacathedral.org, we get a backstory that gives even more away, where they tell us that this church that burned down was not even the original, if you can believe it. Where the first building was erected in 1853, a second church was built in 1868, and then a larger one in 1897. So who constructed these previous churches? How long did they take to build? Where did the materials come from? Which donkey led the way? We will never know, of course. So this one that is here today, we are all told, is the fourth church on this site. Again, another pattern in the narrative. And we're just getting started on William P. Ginther, the comic drawing master architect, when we have found another comparison of what he supposedly drew up and got done and what is there today. The holy name Cathedral, located in Ohio.
Freedom said it's an energy harmonizer, not a house. Interesting.
Was found in 1885. And take a look at this place. We are told that they destroyed it and changed it in 1957.
I haven't started an Arc Mercury rectifier. I see you're an OG follower asking about the Arc Mercury rectifiers, man. I can't find any Mercury. People actually sell Mercury rectifiers, believe it or not. You know, and I believe you can actually purchase Mercury. Don't quote me. Don't attempt anything you hear or see on this video. Entertainment purposes only, but I believe some people do that.
Take a look at this. It looks like a completely different building. What do you think? It looks like they just knocked the old one down and built this one. And it looks terrible now, in comparison, if we're just being honest. And I want to show you something pretty interesting. Right here, within the database, we see that there are buildings that we will never find a photo of from the past, where this Sharadsville, Sacred Thirst, in Carroll County, was supposedly destroyed by a thunderstorm.
Yeah, Freedom is real smart. He got us going on that chat GBT, talking to Mr. Smith, trying to break down the construction on this and the hexagonal frequencies, all that. I'm gonna have to rewatch that, and I'm actually gonna save that chat and actually read on that chat I had with chat GBT, because there's definitely some gems on it.
It was found in 1883 and destroyed in 1899 or 1900. One of the two, but they can't seem to remember, of course. And then rebuilt in a year and renamed. And we've seen this so many times, where they rename it to mix the narrative up so that you'll never find it again. Same thing here. Destroyed in 1838 by fire, where they changed the name again to Saint Michael, the Archangel. Again, in Athens County, found in 1845, destroyed by fire. Neff's Sacred Heart, found in 1905, destroyed 5 years later by a tornado. So let's get back to William P. Ginther, because there's more. According to the Cleveland Landmarks Commission, I have found his building list, and I have found the dates that they were supposedly constructed. And I have also found that the St. Mary Catholic Church that is pinned to his name, reminder, it's a church. And this is now the second time in our research that we have seen a church located at 666 South Main Street.
I like that editing, how he did 666. But Stephanie Dudley said we need a deep dive on Red Mercury. We do. We absolutely do. You're 100% right. A while back, I ran across the theory, video for entertainment purposes only, that they were using Mercury to make gold somehow. Like when you hit it with the right frequency, you can, like, I don't know if it's some type of alchemic reaction or how they did it, but they were actually turning mercury into gold. I don't know if it stayed as gold for a long time or what, but it was an interesting dive. And I believe that was with the silver mercury, not even red. You know, there's no telling what red mercury does. You know, that could be something to do with the philosopher's stone. You know, imagine if you put some red mercury inside one of these arc rectifiers. You know what I'm saying? Red mercury is definitely a dive. And if you think about it, what was it called? What was that show on Star Trek? You know, I believe they were shooting red mercury, now that you said something. And y'all got me going on all types of dives tonight. Don't y'all know I gotta hit the gym in the morning? Let me show y'all something real quick. Fire Marshal Bill. Let's get some Fire Marshal Bills in the chat if you're a member. I should still have the membership for $1. You know, if you got 4 quarters laying around, you can drop that Fire Marshal Bill I just dropped in the chat. But anyway, let me show y'all this what's it called? Star Trek. I forget which one, but Spock, it was the older Spock, had that new spacecraft. I forgot. Tell me that wasn't red mercury. Red substance, Star Trek. I'm tired. I can't spell Star Trek. Red matter. Look at this. Take a look at this. Tell me this isn't red mercury, Stephanie. You're saying we need to dive into red mercury? We're diving into it right now, okay? Star Trek, red matter. Tell me this wasn't red mercury. Yes, I'm using ad blocker. I'm not allowing no ads. Look at this. Red matter aboard the jellyfish. So this dude had a TR-99 8000, and he was shooting red matter that was destroying planets. Red mercury destroying planets. Hold on. Let me go back to the ship. Look at this. He got a whole storage container of red mercury, y'all. What do y'all got to say about this? Y'all really do, Stereo Child. Y'all got me doing the most. I'm going to be in Planet Fitness 1. I'm trying to get buff. Red matter is mercury. I'm telling you, isn't that crazy? This is a crazy dive. This just hit me. I might have to make a video on this. Let me text myself again. This will make a heck of a TikTok. Red matter and red mercury connection on Star Trek. Y'all giving me some homework. All right, man. Let's get back to this video.
Akron, Ohio. What an interesting address for a church. In 1888, we are told that he begins knocking out palace-like structures. St. Bernard's School, where we were told it was in 1888, and now the narrative has messed up and exposed itself. 1888 in the government documents.
Yes, April, I got TikTok. I believe it should be in the description. Am I tripping? Here's my TikTok. I am going to be posting more on my TikTok. Here's my Instagram. Here's my Facebook. I have been posting more on my other social media accounts, y'all. I have been trying. And here's the Discord, which we might have to get ready for that new Battlefield now that y'all talking about it.
Where we have located a postcard stating that construction began in 1902, with the architect being William P. Ginther. And this was his first project, a massive structure in 1888. His first 5 projects are demolished, and he knocked 3 buildings out in his first 2 years, which is ridiculous in itself. And I'm going to show you these structures that are still standing, that are pinned to this William P. Ginther guy. St. Mary, Mother of the Redeemer Church, located in Norwalk, Ohio. And here's its cornerstone. Do you think they've already opened that thing up? I bet that isn't the original cornerstone, if I had to take a guess, based on things that we've seen in recent episodes. Here's the inside at night, and here it is on the outside. Take a look at that cornerstone.
Weren't we just talking about the St. Mary artifact? Is this the same place in France? This couldn't be, could it?
You can see that it's a completely different color from the rest of the building. I'm gonna take a guess. They definitely opened that thing up. And then
100%, they cracked it open and then they put that brand new concrete. They could have at least did some Hollywood effects and did the matching paint to not make it look so obvious, you know? They so sloppy with it.
and through that 1889 date right on the side. It's unbelievable. It's incredible when you know what to look for. We can all spot it right away now. And it looks like they've been busy knocking things down at this site as well in 2008. So we all know how important it is to go and see these sites, as they are just destroying them over and over. And that's why this research is so important. Making sure that everybody is aware of these buildings, going and seeing them for yourself, and understanding that they all hold a much different past than what we are told. And these structures completely expose the mainstream history. And they know this. We need everybody to understand this so that all the fire and the demolition projects stop. So now we have confirmation that he was busy constructing 10 different palace-like structures in the year of 1905 alone. Can you believe this? Let's check these things out.
What up, Jay?
St. Bernard Church. This is insane. Take a look at the inside of this one. William P. Ginther. What a guy. And what have we found here?
If you're new here, we're be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. The Gideon 300, 350, we already mounted up. So yeah, we need, if you want to join the cause, be sure to hit that like button. There's always more room.
A massive moment for this research. Another confirmation that this cornerstone was opened, blessed, and rededicated by Bishop Anthony Pilla in June of 2002. Can you believe this? It's obvious that the cornerstone, the first stone placed in construction, is not the stone that is pictured here. And this is just telling us that they located the actual stone and removed what was inside of it. Can you believe that they actually made a plaque to tell all of us that they did this in 2002? This is incredible. If anybody has any valuable information on the cornerstones and what is inside of them, please let me know.
Chuck, you would love Cremo Ahua's channel. All right, I'm gonna type that in. 515, and y'all are lying. I would love to know what's in those cornerstones as well, if anybody else knows.
What are they removing from inside of these cornerstones over and over? So the same year, 1905, we have the St. Bernard's Rectory. Looks like these two are attached to each other. Another incredible structure where this thing definitely goes underground level. It looks like a castle. Same year, 1905, we have the St. Michael's Church. Can you believe that we're told that this is all in the same year, 1905? Palace after palace. St. Joseph's Church, another castle church with a perfect side-by-side comparison with our perfect upgraded plastic siding versus the old world. And then he had to hop on his Model T and construct the St. Mary Catholic Church in Pennsylvania. Take a look at our ramp. How it goes up sometimes and stays flat other times, with those wooden support beams. And then there's a massive palace church that looks like it's straight out of Walt Disney's dreams. Next, we have the Immaculate Heart of Mary, where we can see how nice our civilization treats their things. Located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I can't even say it. Chobi, that is he from Hawaii? Ahahu's channel? I know I'm butchering the name. I'm sorry. But it sounds like he's from Hawaii. I was watching Power Slap earlier. And all those dudes be from Hawaii, and that just sounds like something familiar.
I'm gonna drop the guy down here and show you this place. Remember, all in 1905. And I'm gonna go around the corner here so you can see what this Ginther guy is pinned to. And here it is, the Immaculate Heart of Mary Church. The place that we began this episode off with is unbelievable. And at the same time, he was off being distracted by the St. Anne Catholic Church in Erie, Pennsylvania. And this thing is straight out of Tartaria.com. Can you believe that these things were all being thrown together at the same exact time, the same year, by the same guy? Yeah, me either. I'd love to see this one in person. Check this picture out. This building is incredible. Did we just find another narrative slip up? When you lie, it's tough to keep your story straight. When we're told that this church was constructed in 1905, what's going on here? Where the church's website is telling us that it was established in 1894, predating this 1905 date by 9 years. All of this information has been sitting right here for everyone to see. All we had to do was look. And now that we have, we will never be able to unsee these lies, these patterns. There's no going back, especially when we see the next two structures pinned to Ginther or demolished. The St. Anne Roman Catholic Orphanage, because we know they didn't need those anymore. Episode 52. And the St. Vincent de Paul Orphan Asylum. Again, episode 52. Both in Cleveland, Ohio, with the second one demolished in 2007. Now, it's one thing to say that all of these buildings was a
One of the buildings I'm probably the most sad about, the ones being demolished, is the post office in Shalaga that they used to be there. I gotta show you something real quick. Fire Marshal Bill. Y'all lucky I don't got this working. I'll be hitting that Fire Marshal Bill every chance I get. Y'all lucky. I'm gonna get it working though. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Shalaga, Chicago, old post office building. What would I put? Old World? There it is. This one right here, I think is the one I'm looking for. That one got demolished. There it is again. This was in Shalaga, guys. Like out of all the buildings that got, this is like a super White House, isn't it? And you gotta imagine what's underground. Anytime you see one of these old world structures, there's something that's underground connected to the rest of the old world structures. But, you know, this one was a disappointment. They could have left that one up, man. They really could have.
A career's worth of construction. But to say that these buildings, all of them, were all built in a single summer fling, just throwing palace after palace after palace together in multiple states, 119 years ago, all in the same year. This is not logical, and we all need to realize this now. We are told that between 1902 and 1907, 5 years, that William P. Ginther was busy constructing a total of 50 palace-like structures. And so I'm gonna ask you again, do you think that he constructed 50 palaces in just 5 years? Are we sure that what we've all been told in the storybooks isn't just a lie? Tartaria.
Yes, guys, that was by My Lunch Break. Be sure you check him out. I encourage everyone to go watch him because I haven't seen all his episodes, and you guys may watch them as soon as they come out, and y'all can educate me on, you know, say if we're talking about a certain subject. So by all means, please check that man out. Like, subscribe. You know, the research is definitely interesting. You know, a couple of you guys pointed out, oh, that wasn't an old world building. That was an energy center or something. Hey, you know, that's why we here, the collective. You know, thank you. You know, everybody, it's time to I just want to say thank you everyone for watching. The code word for today, oh, we gotta make it a good one. The code word for today is Mr. Smith. Y'all had me battling with AI earlier, so the code word is Mr. Smith. Drop Mr. Smith in the comments below. When you do that, that lets me know you're a real one. You made it all the way through the video and you really rock with your boy, man. I just want to say thank you. I love you all. And shout out to everyone for the donations. Thank you for watching. Chris with dropping the 50 piece across my dome for the PC fund. Man, that was nuts. Everyone else, I appreciate everything. The likes, the shares, the subscribes. Joining me every day over at my other channel, Dark Waters 9. As soon as I get out of Planet Fitness, man, I'm gonna do my best to hit you guys with a banger. As soon as I wake up every single day, the first thing is on my mind is like, man, I gotta do a banger today. You know, so I'm trying, y'all. And I appreciate y'all for hanging with me, rocking with me. I love you guys. With that being said, this was Mysterious Videos that had me puzzled. Till next time.